Alright, on my way into work here. Just checked the mail. Got some stuff in the mail today. I wasn't expecting it yet. I don't remember getting shipping notice, but that's okay. It's bears versus babies. I won't spoil it for y'all. Yeah, right, I might. It's one of the funniest Kickstarters I ever did was Exploding Kittens. And loads of laughs, and I love playing the game and stuff like that. My daughter loves the game. My wife loves playing the game. It's I did the core pack plus the not safe for work edition and all that good stuff, and then when I did when they had the expansion pack come out, I bought that too, even though we haven't played much with that one. So then when they did Bears versus Babies, of course I had to jump in on that, and snatched it up. And they always, their packaging is awesome. They normally do, you know, if you've never done one before from them, their package is done by Black Box. So when they ship it, you know, it's in a box. It doesn't look anything out of the ordinary, so you open it up and you're like, wow, okay, what is this? Just like what I did when I opened up my door at the house. I wasn't expecting this blue box to be sitting there, and then once I saw who it was from, I was like, oh, well, that's a whole different story now. So, but yeah, I've already opened it up. They come with this little thing that tells you, it goes through like a little story, and the other one from the Exploding Kittens was just as elaborate. It's hilarious. And it was like, you know, you can do that, and then you get the furry box of goodness, which my cats will love this, man. It's nice and furry. A little thank you note, and then the not safe for work pack, which I can feel a little ring in there, which I know what the ring is. The ring is a condom. They were making a joke about that they were going to give extras, extra presents and stuff in the thing back when the Kickstarter was going off. So it is hilarious, some of the stuff that they've done and they come up with. The guy named is Oatmeal, I think, is or the Oatmeal, and Elion. And I'm probably butchering them names. But yeah, so I'll be playing that in a couple days with everybody at the house. And then this weekend, me and my wife will play the Not Safe for Work edition. And like I said, it's a good family family game, just a regular one, and it's very not really competitive. I mean, everything we do is competitive in our house almost, with card games and stuff like that, of just who's going to play what. But it's a very enjoyable game to play with your kids and stuff like that for the regular edition. Not safe for work. I wouldn't play with the kids with it, but adults definitely get a good laugh out of it and stuff like that. And then the other thing that I got in the mail, which you can't quite open up right now because I didn't pre-open it, because I already know what it is the other filament from Expert Link. This is the white package of it, so we'll see how that rolls out. The black one, I put up some pictures of what it looked like on Instagram, so you can follow me on Instagram if you don't already. I don't know how you found this channel if you didn't. I don't know. And so, but yeah, so do that. You gotta take this little box of goodness here down to the local hackerspace, and one of the guys there is going to try to see if he can figure out what is the major malfunction with this, which is the make block Zeropi, and see if they can get that thing running and working, because I've pretty much shelved that thing indefinitely. And Paul, not Paul, hit Paul in the video. Paul said that to take a look at it. He is a guy who knows a lot about code and a lot about working with different things. So we'll go from there with that with him. So, but yeah, he's a cool guy down there at the hackerspace. Talked to him a couple times on long-winded conversations about different things, and seems to know his doesn't seem to know. He knows. Let's put it that way. He knows his stuff, and it's impressive to sit there and listen sometimes when you down there. I'm down there normally on Wednesday nights, like really late. They have the hackerspace meetup down there at the Baltimore hackerspace, and then it's like the overflow or the after party or whatever you want to call it is when I get in there. I get there about 1 o'clock in the morning on average, and there's a couple of them there, and we'll sit there and I hear you. I don't see you. Oh, there you go. Ambulance, I can hear it. I don't know if you can pick up the audio on that. And so I'll go down there. Today being Monday. Geez. Today being Monday, I'll go down there this week and drop that off and see if you can take a look at it and see, come up with anything that I'm overlooking. Hopefully he'll get that working. If he does, I'll put that on the printer, because that'll be a neat little setup that you can do everything directly. I mean, you're talking everything on board, and go from there with it. It'll be interesting because it is ARM based processor instead of a regular Arduino ramps board. So yeah, it should be interesting to do that. It's one of my I consider it a failed Kickstarter, because the support for the Zeropi board is non-existent. The company that did it, or I'd say not the company, the person that did it worked for a company called MakeBlock, and then went from there, and they were halfway through the Kickstarter and decided, I guess, to pitch it to their company, and the company was like, oh, okay, we'll take care of this, and then all the repositories disappeared, and they moved them over to the company side, and then the company was like, well, we're not going to do anything with the ARM based board, we'll just go back to a regular Atmega and make it an Arduino, and they came out with what's called a MegaPi. Well, that doesn't do anything for me, because I wasn't going to back or buy another project from them, because they'd pretty much told you, we're not going to use it. And from there, I wasn't going to give them more money to buy another board that may or may not work based off of it. And the other thing that they did that was kind of put me off a lot on it was, on their board, on their original Zeropi board, they put a pin header, broken off header, inside of one of the sockets, so that you'd have to fish it out or buy one of their special modified driver boards. Okay, I can understand if you want to key it that way to prevent people from plugging them in backwards or whatever and blowing stuff up, or just address that situation and not have to do it. Well, when they did the MegaPi, they made female and male headers on there instead of the regular ones. Like, they have two male pins that you push down into them, so one of them was a female side, the other one was a male side, so that you had to buy their own special headers or desolder these things from their board and then fix it. So once I saw that, that was a done deal. I wasn't going to said I wasn't going to give them any more money. So from there on, it was just, Every now and then I checked in on the Kickstarter, on their comments, and nobody had gotten anything working. There was one guy, well, I say nobody, there was one guy who said that he had it working, but every time somebody asked him a question, there was never an answer that was clear cut. It was like, hey, go find it yourself. Or this is what I did, which is fine if it's repeatable. I mean, I tried to do exactly what he did, and I couldn't get it to work at all. So I threw it in the box of parts and let it sit there. And then a couple weeks back, no, probably longer than that, I'd say probably a month and a half, 2 months ago, I'd mentioned something to him down there at the hackerspace if they were running it over I2C, because that was where the pin headers and stuff were on the boards, and they were like, no, that wouldn't be fast enough, so they were running it over the serial bus. So I tried to snip the serial bus, couldn't get anything off of it, so I got one of those little Saeele, whatever, Saeele, whatever, Logix knockoff boards, so that I can test. And it runs with their software. I mean, it runs pretty well. It runs inside their software to do everything like that. Just that debugging is not my thing. So, but yeah, so I said, well, give it to him, and he says if he gets a G-code, if it gets it to spit out G-code, he can figure out what's wrong. And hopefully if he does, then he'll put up some code and some people look at one of these things could actually make them work. And we'll go from there. Messed around with the monster truck this weekend with the Thunderbolt header on top of it. Went out and bought a 6-axis PS3 controller. I don't even own a PlayStation at all anymore. Haven't for a long time. So I got one of those, and then got it to mate up and work well with everything. And then the easiest thing to do after I figured out what I was doing wrong was to get it to sync up over Bluetooth and actually send commands, and can actually see it over Bluetooth HID and do the JS test for the joystick to make sure everything was working right on it. The hardest thing was me copying the wrong MAC address. Because I was reading it as the controller, but it was the Bluetooth controller on the actual pod. So once I figured out that I was trying to tell it to trust itself, or to trust its controller MAC address, versus every time that I would hit the button for the controller on the PlayStation controller, I would see it cycle and see discovery and stuff like that. So once I got that done, it was good. It was easy. I ran over my wife's foot with the RC truck, which she already has a sore foot, so that wasn't a good thing. But yeah, it's like it's a learning experience with that little truck. I've had it for probably, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years, and have progressed through the stages of tearing it apart, to rebuilding it, to adding my own pieces that I 3D printed to it so that it will work as I want it to work, and placing electronics in it and stuff like that. I could have took the easy way and did like a RC with a speed control and stuff like that, which I had looked at before. But I wanted it controlled by a Pi, and that was my wanting. So that's what's keeping the project back, I guess. I want it this way. I haven't deemed it hard enough yet that I'm going to kick myself and say, no, this is not able to happen, because I got to drive around the bed and the house a little bit, so you can make that work. Just need to tweak the controls and make it so that the analog sticks on the PlayStation 3 controller give me the differential steering, which I've got forward and back on the one that moves both motors forward, which I need to split that out and figure out how to do just one motor, which that'll be me figuring out how to do this. And but other than that, it hadn't been a bad weekend. It was a little warm here. Just come off the ribs this weekend, or last Friday. And just had to get the big old cooler out of my car and put everything away and all that good stuff. And hopefully a couple weeks I'll do another batch of ribs. Everybody always loves them. Whether they're on, you just see the pictures of them, you actually get them. Everybody's like, oh, I want some of those. And they're always a big hit, so we'll go from there. The other thing that I talked to Ron about last night was somebody had mentioned the other day of me doing a class about printers, whether it's building them or making them do what I want them to do. I've always been a tinkerer. I've always been along those lines, so it doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to work, is the mentality to a lot of things that I use. So, but he said something that it would be interesting to get some of the guys from the Discord channel maybe to do something along those lines. So might start going through something. I gotta get an area moved out in the lab to clean up a spot so you can actually see a desk and maybe go from there or something like that. So, well, and all, other than that, that's about it. I'm heading into work now, so we'll try this again later on. Bye.